He's already winning. I love it. That's a great intro. Welcome back to the Sample Podcast, guys. Number one social dynamics podcast in the world. And today with me, I have best-selling author, serial entrepreneur of multiple seven-figure businesses, helping thousands of people online, worked with companies like Nike, Puma, Adidas, here we say in Australia, or Adidas, Men's Health, is in the class of OG YouTubers. I think he ranks as an OG YouTuber, original, hundreds of millions of views worldwide. And there is no way, guys, that you will find him on TikTok. He will.
I'm about to start a TikTok tomorrow.
I'm start one tomorrow. All right, well then, yeah, go follow Brandon tomorrow. Some may say he has the South Side bravado. Please welcome Mr. Brandon Carter.
What's going on, Samuel?
How are you, boss?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Happy to be here.
Glad you. I did some research on you. I listened to the whole album. You know,
the old one. That's from like 2007.
Yeah, man. I listened to it, man. I was jiving out to it. No, it's good
to have all the beats, played all the instruments, everything.
You did everything?
Everything all by myself, man.
I love that. And then you had like I tried to watch, I think it was Maxwell. You were a guest on that.
On what?
It was like this artist called Maxwell, and it had you there too.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So long ago, man.
I love it, man. Well, welcome to the podcast. It's been a long time. For my audience, I've grown a whole new audience that may not know how we know each other, may not know you. So give us a little brief summary about who you are. And, you know, if you don't know Brandon Carter, man, like, come on, you got to go on YouTube. Come on, guys.
No, it's cool, man. They may not know, man. And that's why they suck. You know what I'm saying? My name is Brandon Carter. I'm originally from the South Side of Chicago. Now I go back and forth from Miami to New York. And, I started, I got kind of popular on YouTube a while ago, just under 800,000 subscribers. I should start posting there again. I just stopped posting for no reason. And I have a number of seven-figure businesses. The main one is a consulting business where I teach personal trainers how to start their online fitness business, and they've had tremendous success with our students, and that's what I'm most excited about because it's the most fun for me.
Love that, bro. I love that. How's Miami? You recently moved back down to Miami. What's the difference between New York and Miami in terms of
no state income tax?
That's it. The number one. That's what I'm here. I love that.
You like New York better? Like New York is my favorite city in the world. But the state income tax is like
so what you have to do.
A point where I was like, you know what?
you got to make the move.
Now it got to a point where I was making too much money to justify. Like I was like, oh well, listen, I don't like Manhattan that much. I don't like.
I love it, but not that much.
Man,
that's sick. That's sick. But we go back, for the guys that don't know, we go back a long time. Pretty much 2015 is where I first met Brandon, and I love the story because that if someone says Brandon Carter, I remember that story so vividly. And you might not remember this, right? This story that I'm going to talk about.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
So we met each. Yeah, I know you're like. So basically, I met Brandon I was assisting for Owen, and I met Brandon, and he was chilling when they made a video, and then I think it was like a couple of months later. I see Brandon again, and he introduces himself again. Yo, what up, man? I'm Brandon Carter. And I'm like, yeah, like I know, like we met a couple months ago, like we hung out.
I do remember that, yeah.
And then you're like, hang on, what? You're like, oh shit, no.
Yeah.
You the same person?
Yeah, I didn't believe you were the same guy.
It's crazy.
It must have been when you first met Owen, when I first met you. And you changed. You like were a different person. Like
in 2 months.
In 2 months, you were like 100% different person. And I couldn't believe it was the same guy.
And Brandon was in shock. I always love that story because it was just like, it made me feel good over that 2 months. Man, what I want to get into is you've had a big change, the last couple of years that I've seen. You've really, really excelled. And now your body wise is still in impressive shape. Your online business is going well. Your brand presence is going well. Your whole life seems to be going good. What are some of the changes that you've found over the last couple of years that you could tell the people how to implement, or what are the things you've implemented basically?
It's not. I appreciate that. I appreciate the acknowledgement. I don't get enough praise. Sometimes I just feel like, I get a lot of praise, but it's not as much as I feel like I deserve,
Yeah.
But I get it. I get it.
I'll try to help that out today.
Hey man,
get the confidence.
listen, Sam, you've always been there for me. Listen, it's more like it's not a bunch of different stuff. I mean, maybe I've learned stuff, but if I had to say the main thing is just consistency, man. I just show up, man, and I've been doing that consistently over a long period of time. And what happens is, you know, it's not linear. Like when you're consistent on something, like every day, day in and day out, the progress is not linear. It's exponential, right? So like all the work you've put in up until the point is, and it starts to hockey stick. It's not like linear. I'll put in this amount of work and I get this, and I put in 8 hours of work and I get this much results. It's more like no, it compounds. It compounds, and then it's just exponential, and then at some point it takes off. And I think I've learned certain things, but that's been the main thing, being consistent for a number of years.
I mean, everyone's looking for that ROAS now, return on investment, guys. That was what meant that. And so it's interesting, like, especially coming into the social dynamics game, when people are learning, as you're well aware, it's like they want instant results, instant thing. As soon as they put a little bit of energy in, they want some sort of thing, that tangible result. And it doesn't work like that at all.
I mean,
in life,
you some results, but it may not be noticeable. It's kind of like, if you ever see a kid, right? If you see the kid every day, it looks like he hasn't grown at all. It's like, this motherfucker, man, I fed him food and everything, and he's the same size as he was yesterday. But if you don't see that kid for a month, kind of like how I saw you, I didn't see you for like 2 months, and you were totally different, right? If you don't see a kid for like a few months, especially a young kid, you'll be like, wow, he's grown a lot. But it was the amount that he grew, the visible amount of growth from one day to the next was, it was negligible, but the fact that he did it every day, and I think that's what my success was. It's never been, I was never the guy who went viral off a video or had it was just this one thing I did, and everything just turned on. It was never like that. It was just compounding effort over a long period of time.
Yeah, you're not that one hit wonder. You're like slow progress and stuff like that. Slow burning. I see that some with some artists, and especially they come out. When the ones are like they've burnt their creativity out already, and you're like, man, they put everything in one song.
Well, I have a theory about that. I also feel like, I've seen other influencers or other people, get famous fast, right? And then you got to learn to deal with that, or even becoming successful fast. I've seen people become successful really fast. I've seen it. And, now you have to acclimate to those circumstances, and a lot of people can't handle it, or it's too much. It's kind of like, giving the first time somebody drives, you give them the keys to a Lamborghini, you say, hey man, go figure it out, and you might crash, right? I think it was actually an advantage for me to slowly acclimate to the amount of success I have now, because it doesn't get to my head as much. It's not as it's not overwhelming. It's not new. It's like I slowly, it wasn't like I woke up one day, it was like this. I grew into it. So I feel like there's been some advantages to that for me,
Well, it seems like you build those foundations, and so they're solid, and it's hard to tear those down when they're repeated day in, day out.
Yeah,
there's, as you said, that hockey stick in it. It slowly grows and slowly gets there.
Like a one-hit wonder, like a one-hit wonder artist. I mean, back to your other point. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. They were talented enough to make that hit, right? Not everyone can make a hit. They were talented enough to make it. I don't think it was luck. It was skill involved. But now they have to acclimate to being famous, and their whole life is like turned upside down, and everything. And so much goes into it. It's a mind fuck. It's mental. You got this money. They don't know how to behave. Maybe I've seen people party themselves into failure. I've seen people. There's a lot of factors. Where me, it was. I didn't have that. It wasn't something I had to get used to, because it was so gradual.
I feel like I just expected it,
I knew this was going to happen, man. I mean, it's not a surprise. The only thing surprise is that it took so long.
Oh man, we just had
I mean
Madison
that.
on.
What I just said. It's like I mean that though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go
well,
ahead.
100%. We just had Madison on, and he was talking about the very similar thing too. You know,
Mm.
about everyone around how they have to acclimatize to it. And it's kind of thing. And now, like you've definitely done a big shift, especially with New York and Miami. How important was your environment, or how? Because the Miami house that you've got, it took a while to get. I know you've been looking for a while to get that environment to where exactly where you wanted to. So, like, what was that process like? Especially your environment, how
You mean
important that is
moving to
for you?
Miami?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I bought this place furnished, man. Yeah, I mean, I didn't buy it. I rented it, right? Because I feel like the housing market is a little too hot right now, especially here in Miami.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it'd be a good time to invest in a place to live. And I think ownership is overrated, but that's a different conversation. I think home ownership is overrated, man. Can you
I love that.
I put in fucking, you mean tell me I got to put 20% down on this
Yeah.
house? Right. Like
20%.
I could let's say I buy a house, let's just say it's a million, a condo or something that's a million.
Yeah.
Right. So now I got to put down $200,000. I can flip that $200,000 so many different times. I could just put it back in Facebook ads, right? And get,
Oh, yeah.
10x ROI, but it's dead money in the house, right? I'm getting equity, but you only make money when you sell it. Like I could be making cash flow off that 20%, cash flow, baby. You only make money if I live in it. I only make money when I sell it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And then you got capital gains, and then you got that tax to deal with.
yeah, you got cap, you got to, and then you got to pay. I don't know if y'all have this in Australia down under, but we have a property tax, so you got to pay so many taxes. You got to do renovations. You got to do so much work on the house. People don't talk about all the money they put it. Man, you fuck around. You might, and then that's assuming that the housing market just always goes up. It never goes down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say it goes down, which I think it will soon, especially with interest rates going up. Traditionally, that means housing market kind of drops a little bit. So let's say I want to turn around and sell it. It's like I don't I can fuck around and break even. And then it's like, now I got to stay in this motherfucker if I want to, until it's back up. But I could have flipped that same 200K so many times within that amount of years, right? So that's just me, though. I got I got to think about shit
I'm doing the same. I'm renting too. Yeah, your shit different. I'm renting too, man. You know what I mean? It's such a better kind of, as you said, like invest that stuff more in yourself.
I'm mobile, man. I can move. If I don't like this place, let's say I don't like Miami. I wasn't sure if I was going to like living in Florida.
Yeah,
guns and alligators and shit. I wasn't sure. So like I was like,
dodging them and shit. And something like the water down there, especially, it's like, something happens when the people drink it, they turn crazy.
Yeah, man. Or maybe this is like where crazy people, like the indigenous to this land. Maybe
I just like Miami's the way to do it. I love it.
I don't know, man. But I mean, Miami's actually been great to me so far.
That's awesome, man.
To answer your question, it was pretty easy, man. The place was furnished. Nice place, and I just had to get a fucking desk. I had to set up this room, and it's not set up the way I want it. Like I just got what I
still
needed.
Not happy with it. That perfectionist mentality. Well, you definitely have that in everything you do, man. Perfectionist to the max. I was even looking at landing pages and the way I was doing loading times and this just on researching. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this shit's fast. This shit like it's like everything's curated from where I know from my e-commerce background now. Is like after RSD with the e-commerce, it's like I know that like every single thing you're meticulous about. Are you through that with your life? Meticulous about everything?
No. It's like, so what you see, you see like a different iteration. Like I put the shit out fast. I'm like, let's go, man. And then make adjustments as I go. So yeah, I'm not a person who waits for shit to be perfect. I'm actually the opposite. Let's get it going. The minimum viable.
Maybe it's like you're making it perfect.
What's up?
Yeah, maybe you're making it perfect. Like
exactly,
you've done it so many times that it looks perfect. Yeah,
and we keep working on it, keep trying to keep making improvements. But I'll put that shit out. I'll put some shit out immediately. Like there's been days I've put out like, whole fucking lead magnets. Like I just had the idea and I was like, all right, I got some time, wrote the fucking shit, had it edited, and I was like, all right, I'll make a version. I'll just pull up Canva and make a cover real quick right now. We'll make a better one later, but and we had shit out the same day. Like I've done that before.
Man, like you said, the repetition, you're just so familiar with every app, so familiar with everything, speed of implementation. And that's what a lot of things. Well, that's especially too, is, like you've developed your circle in Miami, it seems like, real quick. Your
I knew
network.
all these motherfuckers before. Because I used to
Okay.
come to Miami a lot. Like I did a lot of travel, you know how it is.
Yeah, of course. In London, here, there,
And then people from
Australia.
the internet, I just knew a lot of people here anyway. I lived here in 07.
Okay. Well, interesting.
But before, this ain't the same circle at all.
Yeah. It's different, eh?
It's a little different.
I get you.
These motherfuckers ain't trying to kill me now, Like,
how are we gonna get Brandon? I don't know, man. Like that's okay. That's interesting because from the outside, it does look like you're building out your social circle slowly there with going out to the right restaurants.
All people already knew.
You already knew, what I mean? And you're implementing that through the internet, like social media and stuff like that. You're connected because you've stayed friends with me for years we've done over the internet. Mm-hmm. So I could tell when people are very familiar with keeping friendships over online, back and forth messages, never getting angry that no one's replying or this or that. Yeah. They're kind of keeping it. So you've done that for a while, you reckon?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I don't know how cognizant I've been about it. Yeah. I think I just try to be a nice guy, to everyone. And it just works out that way, because I think a lot of people think about networking and they think about it. And I'm not saying this is wrong. Seems that people think about it like, oh man, if I meet some more people, they can help me and I can, but I'm just nice to like everybody, man, like the doorman, the security guards, I try to be like really, not even try to be, I just make that my default way to be. And if you're like that, you'll end up with a lot of friends, and some of them may end up being useful, So
yeah, 100%. Well, that's hella useful because like that's really useful for people because a lot of people are just looking, especially in where I am, Gold Coast. Have you been here?
Yeah, no, not the Gold Coast. I've only been to
Sydney.
You saw me. Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney. Here it's like they make friends based on who you know, what you can give me, all about that. So that's really important because a lot of guys,
Los Angeles, LA, everybody is in Los Angeles. Place sucks, but it's I'm just trying to. I really just try to be nice to everyone. It's just my default. And like even when I met you, like I don't really remember so long ago, but it was I feel like I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Because and you never know, and not even the selfish way to think about it is like you never know who's going to end up being the next guy, right? You never know, 100%. Right? And if you got to be nice to the people on the way up because you might meet them on the way down, right? I mean, I ain't coming down, you know what it is, but it's just be nice to everybody. It's just a cool way to live. If nothing else, just a cool way to live. It's just your energy's better, and the people, you put yourself in a position for good things to happen. So I mean, waiters, doorman, the motherfucker with the cologne in the bathroom at the club, like everyone, you just be really kind to everyone, man. You end up with a lot of friends.
I mean, it's good karma too. It always comes back. Something always comes back.
Yo, there's something about putting out that, putting that kind of energy out. And if it's genuine, people can tell when it's fake. Just like genuinely being kind and nice to everyone. I mean, why not? There's no downside. It's unlimited upside. But there is a downside to being mean to people, right?
100%.
If you're mean to someone, you might not think, oh, this guy's just a cameraman, but next he's the next something, and you were wishing you were nice to him,
And when you're saying, I think sometimes my audience can, when I even say that myself, they might be like, oh, I'll just be a nice guy. I'll just be a nice, real supple little dude. And that's not what you're saying at all. I know what you mean by nice guy.
Well, you don't do anything like a bitch, right? Like it's not what you do.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, you don't. It's not what you do. It's how you do it, man. Like I see a lot of shit in the manosphere when everybody wants to be all alpha. Everybody wants to be fucking tough as nails. I don't take shit from a bitch. I don't give a bitch nothing. These hoes can suck dick or leave. I don't fucking. I'm like, whoa, take it easy, bro. Like, just man, it's not that serious. You can be a nice guy, and even with women, like you could be is this a pickup podcast? What the fuck are we doing here? Is this a pick or who's
social circle? So I do social circle now, so I connect with people. High status.
I mean, for me, like even like with women, like I'm a gentleman, man. I'm opening doors. But some of the manosphere shit, people would think, oh, he's simping, motherfucking simp.
Yeah,
but it's like, yo, maybe if you do it, loser, right? But everything you do is whack, right? Everything I do is dope because it's just the way you do it. It's you should be a nice guy, but
Mm.
don't do it. I mean, who said you got to do it like a bitch, right? The Rock's
Yes.
a nice guy. Everybody I know who's ever met The Rock says nothing, has nothing but praise for him, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Rocky Malva back in the day, man, he was my hero.
Who the fuck is that?
It was The Rock's name before he was The Rock.
Oh, all right, my
Rocky
fault, man.
Malva.
You do research, man. My fault. Is he coming on the podcast? That's why you're
Oh
researching.
yeah,
Is he the
let's
next
get the
guest?
Rock. I love it. My friends they own my friend's friend owns like a new link tree kind of company. It's called Hubi, and they recently got The Rock, and I was like, yo, that's sick. And they got Jeff Bezos on the same day. I was like, this is fucking crazy. Anyways, I made a video, and one of the points was it was going to be like, look at the people they connected with The Rock. And I was going to show that his link in his Instagram was like this link, and I go there, and it had changed. So I had about the video was like 20 minutes in, and that was the whole point of the video. And I'm like, yeah, man, like shit happens. Like,
hey,
fuck.
shit happens. The Rock might change his link, man. You never know.
Yeah, man.
Classic Rock. Classic Dwayne.
Rocky.
It's always changing that fucking link, man.
Man, it's
like,
so...
be nice to everybody, man. If you guys are some pickup ass guys, this might be a tangent. I took a lot of pre-workout before this. So like,
I love that.
Yeah, I take it for anything. Just is how I go, man.
It's anything.
But it's
your girls in the bed.
You can be nice to women, right? You could be a 100%. Gentleman, and you don't have to be one of these. I'm fucking alpha. It's like, whoa, fucking take it easy, bro. It's like, what do you got to? You shouldn't have nothing to prove. You should.
Yeah, who are you trying to prove to yourself to keep that ego going and stuff?
Take it easy, man.
Yeah,
take it easy. It's that's a clear sign that you got some insecurities that you should probably address. And don't take it out on the rest of the world, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%. I think for the guys listening, especially, take what Brandon's saying and see how chill he is and how relaxed you are, and that's the vibe to be, man. It's not supposed to be this uptight kind of thing. Like, if it's not done my way, then it's the highway and shit. I hate that. Yeah. I'm just like, man, like, there's no room for error in anything you do.
These guys, man, they're trying to get validation from people. As opposed, 100%. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get validation from people, right?
Because mommy didn't love him.
Yeah, you got to give. You got to get. It's just about you want to be giving. You know what I'm saying? Like I meet people. I'm showing love, giving praise, all that stuff. And it's you want to be giving like God. Like God don't ask for. God don't ask. God just gives, man. You know what I'm saying? He just gives. You ain't got to do God. God is not looking for your validation.
Yeah, well, 100%. Well, then a lot of people, it's so funny how people misinterpret things, right? My audience misinterprets everything. And I'm like, no, I didn't mean that. Like, and I'm like realizing that I have to talk like an alien, like they're an alien. I have to break it down so simply for them. I'm like, God damn. And so when you say value, they're like, oh, give value. They're like, okay, well, I'm going to give with the expectation of getting something in return.
Man, just give, man. Just give freely, man. Be a God. You know what I'm saying? Be God, right? Like, think of it like that, like just give, man. And maybe it come back, maybe it won't, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's a cool way to live because you end up with a lot of friends and a lot of people who like you, and everywhere you go, you're welcome with open arms.
I mean, like that reputation is still very important, and no one talks about that. Your reputation, your Yelp review, man. Like, fuck, that's got to be A tier.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody with good conscience has like a lot of bad things to say about me, like I don't think with integrity, I mean, they might, the haters and shit, but it's not people who know me. It's certainly not anyone who's done business with me or none of that.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's just because it's not like that, it's just like
a lot of those haters are people that have no idea. They've never had a conversation, never seen me eye to eye.
They got preconceived notions, and I get it. I can be divisive, right? So like I have some sympathy. I get it. If I was like a fucking, if I was struggling in life, little bitch ass motherfucker, saying, trying to, and I see a motherfucker like me, man, flexing on you, stunning, man, fucking strong as shit. Every time you see him, he with a different sexy Spanish girl, you know what I'm saying? Or two, right? You know what I'm saying?
Or two.
And then it's like, oh yeah, man, I might be jealous too, if I was, if I was in that position, it's been so long, I'm trying to remember what it was like. But I think but like being a hater, you should look at, even when I was like trying to come up, because I came up poor. I didn't always have millions, right? I came up poor, and I would look at people, and I would look at it as like trying to be inspired by it. Okay, how can I get like that? How can I be like him? It's a different mindset. You got to. That's how I approach things, and it's worked out well for me.
For the people that don't know, Brandon had 4 jobs. He was running at one point. 4, man. That's some, like, people are tired after their, 40-hour, 8-hour a day. Really, it's really 5, and like 4 jobs, like, this thing's, you've been hustling for a lot of years to be where you're at. Now you're reaping the rewards.
I work really hard, like, because back in those days, it was like, I remember it was like the end of 2007. It was right after my father, he committed suicide, he shot himself in the head, and I had to take care of like the family, and I was just a personal trainer, and I was like, man, how do I make some? I gotta take care of my mom, my grandma. I became the man. 24 years old, I became like the man of the house, right? Yeah. And the internet wasn't what it is today, right? It was. I don't think iPhones.
It was like existed. A puppy, wasn't it? It was like baby, and people were like,
man, the internet. We had MySpace and Facebook. That was that was it. MySpace, Facebook, Yahoo.com. And
that's it.
And that's it, man. So like, I started training people in the morning. And then I would shower at the gym and work security for 8 hours, and then work for a moving company after that. And then on the week, that was 5 days a week. And then in the weekends, I would train people still. And then I managed a restaurant on the weekend. So I was working 7 days a week, like 12, 14 hours a day for years. You know what I'm saying? For years. Because, I was struggling, but I was never broke. Like, I just wouldn't accept being broke.
Yeah.
I always had to have money. No matter what, I had to have.
It's just a requirement almost.
Yeah, there was never no point in my life where I didn't have money. Even though I grew up poor, never as an adult where I didn't have money. I just hustled. I was gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
You just figured out a way. That's
or like it's sacrifice, right? If you don't sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice, right? So
yeah,
I could have sit around playing video games. I hear they're a lot of fun, or getting high, or going out, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that.
Wonder what that like.
But I was like, man, I gotta get this fucking paper, man. I gotta get this money. Like I needed to, right? My family was actually dependent on me. I'm the man of the house now. We're in a fucking emergency. And then
the GFC and stuff hitting around that time too. So you definitely had the GFC, the financial crisis, great financial.
Oh yeah, it was, right after my dad. That's why I had these fucking bullshit jobs. Right, I have a college degree, but it's like it was the fucking the global economy collapsed. So like people weren't hiring. If anything, they were laying people off. We had record unemployment. So I was taking like bullshit jobs, whatever I could do.
Anything
to get the money, man. Because it was just like, you sit around crying for yourself, or you can fucking make shit happen. And that's what I chose to do. And then I started trying to figure out how to start online business, like my fitness business online. And it took a while. It took a long time, longer than it probably needed to, because I didn't have. I didn't have
be making errors along the way, kind of thing. You're making errors.
Hell yeah, I was messing up. I didn't know what I was doing. And
yeah.
Then I met some mentors. One was Elliot Holtz. You met Elliot.
Oh, good old Mr. Elliot. Yeah.
Elliot. He kind of steered me the right way. And then I met one of his business partners, a dude named Matt Gallant, who's still like the homie to this day. Right now he's got like an 8-figure supplement company, and he's just doing stuff. And but he I paid him to mentor me, man. He's not something he does, but I was like, whatever I could do. And then I was able to build up to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. And then I got more mentors, and Owen became like a mentor. He was like, you were friend, not in a formal setting. But it was, I learned a lot from Owen. Some stuff he just like told me because he was open to share stuff with me.
Yeah.
A lot of it was just observing, just observing
seeing those people.
And how he ran his business, and how he work ethic, and shit like that. Things like things like that was very valuable for me. And I just had so many mentors, and I was able to finally get to 7 figures, then multiple 7 figures, kept investing in myself, multiple 7 figures. And, still trying to get to 8, but we'll get there,
Tick that off this year.
What's up?
Tick that off this year.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. That's the goal.
I think one of the great talents that you have is getting around, I call it getting around the sun, getting around the people that really do have a big impact on your life. The right mentors, the right people. Is it something that you resonate with them and then you try to get around them, or what's your process? Do you have a little process in which you do?
I think the main it really starts with being like a cool ass nigga, and and how
that's it. That's the only one.
I'm just fucking. I wanted to make you laugh, but I think the part of it is actually being. What kind of person do people want to be around, right? People like being around positive, enthusiastic, people, they don't like people who are like, people who are interested in what they're doing, people who are helpful, right? Who can add value, and just actually being that person, but not just with them. I want to keep driving that home, not just with them, literally everybody, like waitresses, what I'm saying? Like waiters, everybody. I'm showing as much love as possible, right? And even like little shit, like maybe you're not gonna give the waitress something, man, but I'm like brightening her day, changing her state, I'm giving, the shit like that, doing that all the time, like make it till it becomes a part of you, and people just want to be around that, man, and then also being good at what you do, right? So then it's like now it's like they want to be around you. But it's everybody. You can't be selective with that because there's a word for that. It's called fake. Yeah. Right now, if you're from Los Angeles, you're gonna have an issue with this, right? Because
that's perfect. You'll be fine. You'll be great.
That's how you were raised, to just be a fake ass motherfucker, right? You don't have you're gonna have to train that out of you, It's but also being skill acquisition, like being good at something, being as good as you can be at something. So it's like, oh, you're actually helpful, right? You can actually add value. So it's one thing to want to be around you, but they want to be around you, but also you can add value in a certain context, whatever that is, for you.
Well, that's definitely what I saw with the community, especially back in the day. It was just like, they'd be really good at communicating in a nightclub. That was their thing. Yeah. Right. And I'm like, like, unless that's bringing in money, unless that's bringing in something that's able to sustain your lifestyle, start to branch out, man. Like, it's good, and you'll get to a plateau, in which I did, and now it's like branch out and become new and become different and evolve, like you've done. TikTok tomorrow, like that's a big step, Brandon. No one knows how big that is.
Advantages to that skill set, though. There are advantages to that skill set, right? There's been times where, like, so example, maybe a lot of people, like I know a lot of girls, right? A lot of pretty girls, right? And some of a lot of them are like just friends, right? Like just girls I know, right? I know the fucking manosphere gonna hate that shit. You be friends with girls, you fucking simp. If they not fucking and sucking, you don't need to be talking to them. I know that's what some of you guys think, man. I really think you should relax. I really think you guys gotta relax. But anyway, I know a lot of girls, and there would be times where like I would introduce like some guys. Maybe they were like some guy who was one of the guys you're talking about, one of the people you might want to work with. I would introduce them to the girl, and maybe they start dating, man. But I made that intro, bam, and it's like you get somebody some pussy, man. Like they're happy.
It's a hack that's so underrated.
It's a hack, man. If you can get
it is so pussy. Underrated. So as you said, that manosphere, they're just like they don't have those girls expendable. Yeah.
They gotta fuck every girl they talk to. So
that's it.
So they couldn't utilize the strategy because they're hell bent on having sex with having every girl they talk to. It doesn't have to be like that. You could just be a fucking regular person.
Yeah, cool. We'll actually have humanistic traits to you.
You could just be cool, man, and just chill. Like,
no, and man, if you want to copy Brandon's swagger, like that's a good step. That's first step.
That's a good start. That's a good start. You want to set attainable goals. You don't want to copy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like you don't set yourself up a failure, right? But if you want to take pieces that may be applicable to your life, that's
man. If you're 10%, that's really good. You're already there. 10% of Brandon
If
Carter.
you're 10% Brandon, you're 1% human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're 1% of the human. I'm in the top 1%, man.
Oh man, there's a clip of us talking about back in the day where we're trying to elaborate. Where I want to, it's super funny. Where we're saying that if the hot girls are dating the uglier dudes, then it's averaging everyone out to like a 7.5. The
Oh,
whole
like
of
the
the
human
world,
race.
yeah, the human race. It is the funniest thing, the clip, and we're trying to break it down and stuff like that. Oh man, we got some fucking good times. I'm gonna
If
put
you
him in the
find
clip.
that,
So
send it to
some,
me. I've been thinking, wait a
yeah,
minute,
no,
real quick. I know you got what I'm about to say is not important. I don't know if anybody's gonna find value in this, but we got to do it. It might be some worse happening, right? So check it out.
yeah.
All these ugly guys are getting money, right?
Oh,
So they're getting hot girls, but the hot girls aren't really hot because they had surgery and shit. So now we might be making uglier, biologically uglier people. I don't know that. That's just a theory.
man, it's a good theory.
Because their DNA is the same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, like
And
you
they're
can't.
merging with other ugly DNA. So they're all
So now we're bringing it down
yeah,
even lower.
maybe, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's okay. I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not making a judgment call. You know what I'm saying?
You're working with what you got, man.
And
Like,
just, hey, man, listen, I applaud them both. I would do the same if I was in either one of those positions. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I would do. You know, if I was a girl, I'd have every surgery.
Yeah,
Every
that's
surgery
it,
they can
man.
get. Even if I was a hot girl, I'd be like, how can I make myself hotter? What can I do,
Yeah.
doctor? And I would save up as much money. If any women listening, it's high school age, listen to me. This is what you do. Keep easy success hack. Work as much as you can, any job you can in high school, all throughout school. Like fuck sports, fuck school, man. You know what I'm saying? Quit if you can, right? And just work. Save up as much money. Stack. Sacrifice your teenage years. On your 18th birthday, get every surgery you can. All right, become as hot as you can. I promise you, the rest will just work itself out.
All at the same time, too.
Yeah,
BBL,
like immediately.
Bougie.
That's now, like, you know how my success was gradual? No, theirs will be instant.
Yeah.
Instant.
Yeah, what we said before, yeah, like, forget that, just
Yeah, I was talking to the guys, man. Girls, man, it's different, you know.
girls do that, girls and guys, different strategies, man.
It's different strategies, man. But we all want the same thing: success and money, pussy.
100%. And that's the girls too.
Oh, this is going off the rails, man. That fucking pre-workouts. Because you had some serious questions, I think.
Yeah, no, I did have some serious questions. Let me get those those serious ones out of here. One of your things that I really, really love about this, and people can take away, is your calendar hack. Right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing, backstory. So it's Tuesday. I'm here. I'm woken up early. I'm like, man, where the fuck is Brandon? I'm like, fuck, man. Like, and I'm like, yo, we're supposed to be on and shit. And then I see a story, and it's like, yo, I'm on Fresh and Fit, 6 p.m. I'm like, this motherfucker's dipped me. I'm like, I did the exact same thing. It's all right. I try to justify all day. Now I look at my calendar and I'm like, oh fuck in hell.
It was the wrong day.
I got it wrong.
I ignored it. I saw that
message.
I saw that message.
I'm like, I hope he didn't fucking see it. He's like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I'm like, okay, like so it comes back down to the calendar hack where I'm talking about. Yeah, I know exactly.
I'm sorry, continue.
Calendar hack, something that I've seen you do for multiple years now.
Yeah.
It's a hack in terms of like, especially the guys and girls need to do. Talk us through it. How did you develop it? And then I'll talk about like why.
I don't know how novel it is, right? It's just put everything in the calendar and live out of there.
But this is the thing. People got Notion, people have got Trello, people have got this and that. Man,
I use Trello too to like I use Trello to plan out projects, right? And but the actual doing of stuff is in the calendar, right? So I basically, let's say you got a goal or anything you want to accomplish, or just your fucking life. Here's the thing: people waste so much time. I just hear it all. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question, but we got to take a higher view for this before, and then we're gonna go down. All right, we're gonna stop. We're gonna start from the top. And we're gonna move in. All right, we're gonna get to where you want to be. But we got to start from the top, baby. So the average person I see walking around, is leaving so much potential on the table, man. It's like I almost want to just walk past people and like just shake my head, like, man, you don't even know what you don't even know what you could be, man. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's awful, man. I feel like about everyone. Like I don't even think I'm that. I don't think I'm that special. Like, sure, I have some maybe some innate qualities, that are, being born tall and handsome, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's like kind of where it stops, and
And that only takes you so
really
far too.
I know a lot of tall, handsome, broke bullshit losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not a men. Well, I know fucking hot girls who like, yo, I was fucking this Playboy model, right? She was
that's how we segue.
Bitch was borderline homeless, Nick. Yeah, man, she was like she was like hundreds of dollars. She was like $500 away from being homeless at all times. Wow. Right? That's not rare, is it? Is that rare?
I mean, no, I think that's very common nowadays.
A lot of broke hot. It's more rare now because they got OnlyFans and all that shit. But
no, I totally get it. Or they spend it. You know what I mean? They
motherfuckers just be doing coke and shit. You know how
it is. Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, that's right. All right. They're leaving so much potential on the table. And I think a big reason that happens is because they don't utilize their time well. I mean, I don't think that's a big reason. That is the reason, you heard of Bruce Lee?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So this will resonate with you. So Bruce Lee said,
I grew up and like I entered the Dragon. My dad was like fanatic about it. Yeah.
Shout out to you know what I'm saying, Sam Senior. But he said if you love life, then don't waste time, because time is what life is made of, right? So it's if you spend the time, if you allocate the time to improvement in any area, you'll get there, but you have to allocate the time. So a lot of people are like, man, I don't have time, I'm just so busy. And I call bullshit. So there's 100 in every week there's 168 hours, right? So let's say you sleep 8 hours a night, which you should. I highly recommend it, right? Don't sacrifice the sleep if you don't have to, right? That's 56 hours, right? Now we still got 112 hours left, right? So let's say we add another 40 hours of your fucking job, just a regular ass job, 40 hours a week, right? All right, cool, man. We still got 72 hours left, right? So what are you doing with that time, man? You know what I'm saying? How could you not have time to work out? It's only a fucking hour a day, not even every day. Not even every day, man. We're talking about 4 hours, right? 4 of the 72 hours, right? Let's say, you got
brush your teeth.
Yeah. I mean, you got how many hours it take to groom and shit? I don't know. It's like you still got a lot of time left, right? And the thing is,
if you're spending too much time on your hair, just get rid of it.
Fun. You laugh, but I've been shaving my head before the male pattern baldness kicked in.
What baldness? I just know you shave your head, Brandon.
No, I started. I got some follicles here, but it's very thin on top. Listen, man, all the coolest guys are bald.
Yeah, that's it.
All the coolest guys are bald. The Rock, Michael Jordan,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. We can stop there, but let's keep going. Let's go. Lord Voldemort.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He's cool.
Thanos.
But
Floyd Mayweather. Junior and senior,
Tory Lanez was going there for sure.
Come on, man. All the coolest guys are bald. Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah. He's bulked up now.
Come on, man. Let's go, man. Do I gotta keep going? Do I got to? Let's do a little bit. Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, damn.
He's a beast.
I mean, if Elon didn't get that transplant, man, he was him that way. Man. He didn't embrace it.
DMX,
Dr. Evil,
huh?
Dr. Evil,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, that's it. That's where we stop there. Yeah,
I can go on and on. I don't even got to talk about Ben Diesel and Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going, but I'm not. I don't have to. My point is,
I got him in the bag. My
point is made, man. But anyway, what are we talking about? Right. Time. You got to use that time more effectively. So we already 72 hours. That's a full-time job and sleeping. I don't know how much time you're eating, commuting, whatever, man. It's like it's not taking up the whole 72 hours, right? So
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it's like people aren't using their time correctly, right? And the reason they're not is because they don't plan it. They don't plan their time. They just let it happen. And if you just, nothing good happens on accident. Those of y'all who are taking notes on this podcast, congratulations. Right. You probably got a lot. Well done. If you're not, get your fucking pen out. And it's the first thing you need to write. Is nothing good happens on accident. Right. Anything just left to his own devices will fail. Like success is not the default outcome. And people are just leaving their time to just happen. Right. Cool. But what happens if you just leave your kid at home? You got a baby, you just leave it at home, or a toddler. It's gonna fucking kill itself, right? Guaranteed.
Yeah. You ever had a Tamagotchi? Like that shit just died like that.
What are you talking about? A what? Was that
a Tamagotchi back in the day? Tamagotchi before Game Boy. You'd feed that little virtual pet. Never had those?
Nah, man, I ain't never been a loser, man. Chill out. And I'm just joking. Pet rocks? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Man, you are gonna look that up after, aren't you?
Man, listen.
Maybe.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Maybe it was cool. I don't know. Maybe it was Australian. It was probably just an Australian thing. And it didn't make its way over to the south side of Chicago.
Because we're on an island, you know what I mean? Like
I got you. Anyway, anything you leave, you got some plants, you got a garden, anything you leave to his own devices, it's not gonna thrive. It's gonna fucking fail. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's so if you don't work on your body, what happens? You get sick, fat, overweight, anything you just leave to success has to be deliberate. You know what I'm saying? Failure is the default option of all things.
Yo, that's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah, failure is the default option unless you do something about it. Like in your life. I mean, I guess there are things like a tree will be fine on its own, right? You know what I'm saying? But a tree's also not gonna like go out and do anything except for regular tree shit, right? Like you're trying to do like real shit, and it's so failure is the default option, right? So people are leaving their time to default. You gotta grab hold of it, grab it by so what I'm about to show you. I'm gonna teach them how to grab their time by the hair, bend it over, and make it call him daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like this. I like where it's going.
You like where this is going. I knew you resonate with this. Nah, but what you want to do is you just want to plan everything out. So like my whole day is planned, man. Everything is planned, right? Everything's planned. Like when I don't have time to work out, why don't you just put it in your calendar? I'm sure you can find some time. It's just I got everything. Like is this going to be video or is it going to be?
This is both, but yeah, I'll explain it on the Spotify. Yeah,
but like look at my calendar.
For the people that are listening, it's purple, blue, orange, green.
All filled up. What it's not is white.
I mean, he's got some time on the 6th of March if you want to message Brandon.
I got some open time. That's a Sunday. I leave a little bit open time, but I still work on that Sunday. I just a little bit of open time, a little bit of
that's
time.
Crazy. Bit of football, that's it. Watch the football.
We'll watch a little bit of American football.
Yeah,
American football. I'm not soccer.
Well, as you say that, if I say football in Australia, there's 4 different codes here.
Yeah,
3 different codes. Yeah, that's crazy. But okay, so that's a hack, and for the people that saw that, like that, man, that's complex.
It sounds complex, but it's not, right? Especially if you use Google Calendar. It syncs with your iPhone, Apple Calendar. You can safely ignore that app. Like Google Calendar is the one. Get in, and it's free and it's so beautiful because like I can set things up recurring. So let's say you have a goal, right? Accomplishing it. First you need a plan. Obviously, you need a plan to accomplish that goal, right? You make your plan. There's going to be different kind of tasks. All the tasks that need to be accomplished to hit that goal. There's going to be 2 types of tasks. One is going to be like one-time tasks. Let's say it's a fitness goal, right? All right, so one like get a gym membership. You know what I'm saying? That's a one-time thing, right? Yeah. But then you have recurring tasks like, work out every day. Work out at this time. You have a bunch of recurring tasks. So you split those up. In the recurring tasks, you can put in your calendar certain time. And it can be recurring, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It could be every day. It could be only for Tuesday. You could set that shit up. So now your life is organized. and you just follow. Now you just start following the plan. You have to make adjustments at first, and I'm always adjusting my calendar, like changing things around. But yeah,
There's
you want to do that.
level of flexibility there for sure.
Yeah, you can leave. Yeah, man. It's like you can change the plan, right? But it's like it's having a plan, and now just doing that will catapult your success, like way more than the average person. That's why most people suck.
Yeah.
And we live in first world countries. Is Australia a first world country still?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Don't know about it anymore, but yeah,
Yeah, still first world country. Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. Well, in the first world country, it's kind of hard to fail, right?
100%, yeah.
So it's like hard to fail. Like almost all homeless people are either like drug addicts or they have like some sort of mental problem, right? Like schizophrenia or something. And I have compassion for them. Because you can't fix crazy, right? You're just
100%.
fucking wacky crazy. What are you gonna do, right? But if you're a healthy, sound mind, it's difficult to like fall through that many levels of society and end up on the street. It's like you'd have to almost try. You have to go crazy or develop like a debilitating drug habit. There's only two ways to really end up being homeless. So I say that to say it's hard to fail here, right? So you've been getting by, not giving a fuck about your time, not being organized about it, because you live in this kind of country, right? You'd have to go a lot hard. Maybe you wouldn't have Google Calendar, but you'd be going hard in some sort of way. If you lived in fucking, some shit country, you'd have to survive. Yeah. You'd have to go hard.
100%. You'd have to like, and even when, what they've been doing is trying to succeed. If you tried to fail, you probably fuck that up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is why like immigrants come to like, I don't know. Do y'all let people immigrate to Australia? Well, who wants to, right? No, people don't. Nobody's like trying to immigrate to Australia, right? Get real, so you can stay in your house all day, Like,
it's fucking fantastic here. Yeah, it could be anywhere.
Like, in our country, people are always trying to come here, right? So when they come, they've been going hard their whole life to stay above water, and then they come here and it's like they start blowing people out the water, man. The immigrants come here and start crushing it, right? Because they value, the infrastructure we have, where, a lot of us, we're born here and we just take it for granted. And it's just, it's like, I see people complaining about the mask. A lot of my friends like the mask and stuff. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, I grew up trying not to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how soft motherfuckers is. Oh, the mask is, listen, I don't love the mask either, but like, I saw a bunch of high school kids in Chicago. They like walked out of their school because there was a mask mandate, or Chicago where I'm from. And I'm watching the video and I'm like, where are the metal detectors at this school? They don't have to walk through the metal. No, what the fuck? And it was like, oh, and I was like, man, all these kids are. None of these kids are brown. Oh. Then I was like, oh, life must be pretty easy if wearing a mask. I was worried about, will I fucking live?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
a little different.
I'm going to have to fight on the way home. Are the cops going to arrest me? Are they going to search me? You know what I'm saying? Like, real problems, right? So it's easy here is what I'm trying to say. It's soft. So an immigrant comes here and they're like, oh shit, man, I'm about to get it fucking popping. Especially the motherfucker come from China or some shit, communist China. The motherfucker been wearing masks, man, 2 decades. He come here, man. Man, I'm about to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? And they start opening, they come to the hood where I'm from, and they open fucking restaurants, and they get it going. Motherfuckers working on Christmas. Well, they don't have Jesus out there, so it's cool. But it's like they going hard. They opening cleaners and shit. And it's like, you was right there in that hood on the block, and you ain't do shit because you soft.
100%. Like, that's crazy, to think. When you put it in this figure, you put it like that, man. It's like, you go,
mask. Oh my god, yeah, I hate it too, man. But whatever, man. Let's get this money. Like, there's bigger shit fish to fry, man. That's not the fucking Hill, I
Especially when
want to
you
die
know
on.
when you're growing up, you got to do fucking Neo Matrix just to fucking walk through school, just to
You know what I'm
dodge the
saying?
bullet.
Like I'm over here,
Yeah,
like
fuck it.
metal detectors. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
because why does the metal detectors there for a reason? Because
yeah,
otherwise, motherfuckers would be bringing guns to school, shooting people, right? And there were I saw dead bodies more than once on the way to school. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Like that's not a joke. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny, right? But it's not a joke, right?
It's
And so
funny, but
like,
it's not funny.
but a mask is not would not have been on. Wearing a mask wouldn't have been on a high list of my concerns. I'll put it like
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You would have taken that over the bullet any day.
Yeah. So like even now, it's like, I still remember that. I feel like it's, I don't want to get too much into some of the shit, I don't want to get too much into
Yeah,
my past, but it's like, I see everybody crying about this shit. Yeah, I hate it too, right? And but I don't focus on things I can't change.
yeah,
I can't change the whole world, but I can change my world. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Wow.
that comes from the time. And I got to use the only way I can do that is with my time. That's like the first thing, the first lever I have to pull is to allocate my resources, and time is your most valuable resource. So everyone knows that time is your most valuable resource. So if you're not planning out your day, if you don't have your whole shit planned out, like what the fuck is you doing? You literally squandering your most valuable resource. How do you expect to succeed?
Well, you don't. You're not planning for success, as you said.
Yeah, it's just, it might be an idea. Everybody wants to succeed. Everybody want a ball, right? But
yeah, everyone want to. No one knows.
everybody
Like,
wants to.
I love that. Last kind of thing that I want to get onto is your last couple of months, last year, let's just say, coming into this year. What's the one thing that you learned that you can definitely like relay on other people that you learned personally from like just your dealings with people and your business and stuff? Like not so much your whole come up, because a lot of people know that story, but I'm talking about last year, this year, and dealing with everything. And
You don't have to care about everything, man. Like, it's like, it's so much wasted energy caring about everything. And this goes for people who are conservative or liberal, right?
yeah,
Because my conservative friends, they always complain about like, liberals are always trying to cancel everybody and complaining, and they don't understand that they're always doing the same shit, right?
Yeah, they're doing the exact.
They're complaining about masks, or they're complaining about liberals, or they're complaining about Joe Biden, or all this. It's like, man, that's the fucking president you got, man. All right, what are you gonna do, right? Like, I just, you don't have to care about everything. You don't have to focus. Another resource you have is your focus. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's big. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, because you can only focus on one thing at a time. So every time you're not focused on accomplishing your goal, you're squandering that resource, right? So you don't have to like think about everything, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or whatever the fuck your shit is, right? Just these are the circumstances you're in. How do you win under these circumstances? And just and do that. Figure out how to win and just do that. Like, honestly, man, like, don't,
as unselfish as it is, like, start focusing on yourself. You're not in a position to be thinking about other shit.
Don't focus on anything that you can't change. Like, anything you can't change is a waste of energy. Like you can't do nothing about it. Okay, I mean, you can vote, and that's it, man. So you're gonna do
if that's your only choice, then just do that when that comes. That time is.
But I see people, everybody's getting, not everybody, I see so many people getting just outraged on social media, from like, liberals complaining about this or whatever, and conservatives. And it was really like kind of shocking to see like a lot of guys, they're my friends, right? They're people who I respect, and they're always complaining about some shit. I'm like, let me tell you a cautionary tale. So one of my boys, Jeremy Hayes, he runs my ads. He's probably one of the best media buyers in the world, honestly. And he's a good friend of mine, and he was doing ads for this other guy. He had an 8-figure business, 8 figures a year, right? Crushing it.
That's big numbers.
Yeah. He was doing big boy numbers, right? And Jeremy was running all his ads. And he, during the election in America, when Trump against Biden, he was like so pro-Trump, and he was just going so hard. Everything he was posting, everything he was talking about. Now, mind you, none of that made him money. But he was just like so into it, right? Like so on it. And it kind of like he wasn't promoting his business, right? So if you take a stance like that, okay, you can do that, right? But no, you're going to alienate half your potential buyers. All right, fine, do that. Okay, now you got to really focus on selling to them, but he wasn't. He just got so wrapped up in this shit. And then the haters are coming and he was always arguing with people in the comments. And this was a guy's a multi-millionaire.
Damn.
And he just ran his whole business into the ground. My boy had to like fire him as a client. Wouldn't even take his money no more because he's like, it's like this, the ads aren't performing and he's a man of integrity. So he can't keep, listen, I can't perform for you under these circumstances. Like you're fucking up the business and it's my reputation. So I think we should kind of quit. So Jeremy stopped taking his money and, you know, he got some, and you can always find a media buyer, right?
Yeah.
And, but his whole, he just ran his business into the ground. I mean, I think he's still doing business. I mean, he's a winner, right? He'll find a way to win. He'll turn it around at some point, but it's he put himself under a lot of unnecessary stress, you know?
100%.
And I'm sure that lack of income and fucking up his whole business, I'm sure that stressed him out even more. You can't blame Joe Biden for that.
Yeah,
like he did that to himself.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like he did that to himself, and it was just a cautionary tale, man. Like I was never on that, you know. It's just anything if you can't control it. I mean, if you can't control it, don't think about it. Right? There's a lot of shit that I could be mad about or upset about, but I have zero control about. So I focus on changing stuff I can control. Right? I put all my focus there. Focus is a resource, right? It's like probably your second most valuable resource. It's above money, right? Focus. And I don't focus on things I can't control because I can't impact them, right? So the things I can impact, I put as much of my focus as I can on those things. And I can't change the whole world, but I can change my world. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's a good little point to drop there, man. But thank you very much, Brandon Carter, for this. And where can the people find you, man? Where, if they want to get in touch with you?
The best place right now, kind of the only place I'm active is Instagram, and that's King Keto, KINGKETO. But the TikTok is starting soon.
Yo, everyone jump on that. I'll definitely promote that for sure.
Obviously, I'm gonna be doing little skits with my girl, you know, where she like makes fun of me. No, I'm just joking.
I was like, yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I love it. That's fucking funny. Yeah, we'll go follow that. All the links will be in the description down below. And Brandon Carter, last question. If there was one thing you could change about the world, what exactly would that be?
One thing I could change about the world?
Yeah.
Can I change anything? Are there any limitations to this?
No limitations. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be small. It can be whatever.
Can it be within the law, within the realm of like the laws of physics?
It can.
Can I make the sky purple or like where we're?
That's exactly what you could do. Yeah, you can do anything like that. Yeah,
anything, man. All right, cool. All right, well, that's the case. Hold on, give me a second, man.
You got the magic lamp. You got the genie coming out. You know.
A lot of different ways I can go with that. I'd make every woman only attracted to me.
Yo, that's it. That's the way we do it.
So. But like feverishly attractive, like they can't stand it. You know, like Justin Bieber level attractive. You know, like the girls who faint at a bus as a Justin Bieber.
You want the fainters?
Yeah. They'd all be that. And only for me, and they'd find the rest of y'all repulsive.
Fucking what a life!
I think that's what everybody wants. I think that's what all guys are really trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like that level.
that's you know. I think that's what we all want. You know,
deep down.
Yeah, you know, I'm just kidding. I just want to get.
It is everyone.
I'm just being honest, man. Some people will say, "Man, world peace or poverty." Nah, man. Nope.
Sky purple and you know. All the girls.
Listen, sky can be whatever the color it wants.
At that point, it may not be any sky, you know, just get rid of it.